That's perfect. And let them in and let me know.
All right, here they come. Everybody should be in.
Okay, let's go. Okay. So good evening and welcome to IU, Indiana University Urology Open House for the residency. I am Chandru Sundram. I'm the program director of the program, and with me, we have our wonderful residents. They are truly the best. I'm a little bit biased, but just believe me on that one. And over the next few minutes, I'll give you just a broad overview of our residency program. I've been doing this for several years, and our program has been growing and steadily. It's as good as it gets in the country. So, why Indiana University? I'll give you some of the highlights. The main thing is the ability to train you to the best possible potential, whether it's academic or private practice. And why do I say that? It is, of course, as you probably know, ranked 14th in the country. I would argue we are even better. But it all comes to the culture and the history. We have a long history of excellence in training, which is what we pride ourselves with. In fact, the second president of the American Urological Association was Dr. Wishard, who was the chairman at Indiana University. So that's as far as it goes, but we have never stopped since then. And it's always been progressing and growing. Dr. Cook has been the chair for over 25 years. He will be stepping down, and we have already identified a stellar candidate who will be our new chair, that will be announced in the near future. So that's as far as the leadership is concerned. I have been here for 22 years, and so have most faculty here. They all join Indiana University and stay here. So there's a lot of stability in the program. And why do our residents come here? They come here for top-notch surgical training. And these are based on objective measures in our operative logs that the residents fill out. They are in the 90th percentile if you compare it to other programs in all major complex surgical procedures. So what surgical procedures are these? Whether it's open surgery or robotics, whether it's major pediatric reconstructive procedures or andrology, we have got it all covered. In fact, most programs across the country are predominantly concentrated on robotic approach. And we did this 20 years ago, but now we have a beautiful balance, a stable balance between robotics and open surgery. There are complex surgeries that cannot be done robotically, and for which we offer the open approach. So we have all robotic training covered. We have 4 robots in our university hospital and many more in the other hospitals. We also have a robust training program in robotics, but we also cover every other aspect of urology, whether it's percutaneous, whether it's microsurgery, endoscopy, and so forth. Every subspecialty in urology is covered in our program, including andrology, transgender surgery, microsurgery, reconstructive surgery, implant surgery. Our pediatric surgery is ranked number 2 or 3 in the country. So we have a top-notch program that is clearly one of the best in the country. Another unique part of our program is the opportunity to have an experience in global health. A few of our faculty, Dr. Kafer, Dr. Powell, and others routinely go abroad to Guatemala and to countries in Africa and there is an opportunity for residents to follow them. And this is a unique opportunity in our program. The Indiana University has a collaboration with Moi University School of Medicine in Eldoret, Kenya, which is already established, apart from the personal connections that our faculty have across the world. We have about 30 clinical faculty, as I said, in all subspecialties. And we have 6 training sites, including a county hospital and a VA hospital. I would encourage you to check out programs that have both of these, because that affords us the opportunity to have more resident autonomy in those clinical settings. So it's important to have those 2 different types of hospitals, and we have that covered. Recently, this year, we started an ambulatory care rotation where they go to ambulatory surgery centers as well as to clinics for exposure in andrology, microsurgery, reconstructive surgery, female urology, and so forth. Our program is part of a very robust healthcare system, Indiana University Health, which has multiple hospitals across the country, across the state. But more importantly, we are the only tertiary care center for about 7 million who live in Indiana, and many more across the neighboring states. So that allows us the unique opportunity to have complex referrals from all parts of the state right to Indiana. Indianapolis is right in the middle of the state, and we have patients from every other part of the state who comes to us for complex surgical procedures. So we constantly evolve. Our residency never stays stable. Apart from me, we have Dr. Kevin Rice, who's the Associate Program Director, who is also our ombudsman. He meets regularly with residents to ensure that we have a good back and forth relationship with them to address any problems that occurs. Apart from that, our residents are almost self-governing. There's a lot of self-governance in our program. The residents do what they think is best. They come to us and we facilitate that. There's lots of support in our program. We have NPs and PAs in every site. We have 6 sites, as I said to you earlier. And so everything that is considered SCUT is taken care of by the APPs in all parts of the program. Anything that we believe is of training value to the residents is done by the residents. And despite all what I say, I think you have to listen straight from the residents themselves, and you'll have an opportunity to do so in small groups. As far as research is concerned, every faculty have research. We have fellows in multiple subspecialties. You may think that fellows interfere with resident training, and in fact, it's quite the opposite. Courtney Young, who was our fellow last year, is particularly interested in education and will be doing a master's in education from now onwards for the next 2 years. Apart from Courtney and Dr. Kevin Rice, we have multiple other faculty. It's the faculty that count, the faculty and the residents. That's what makes our residency strong. And our faculty are committed to training. When our students go across the country for away rotations, they come back and say, you know, the hands-on teaching, then training that goes on in the operating room is fairly unique in our program. We recently had a survey that was sent out to all graduates, and 5 out of 5 in what they do, for what they do, and prepared them adequately. So that's the level of training, no matter where you go after your residency in Indiana University. Apart from everything that I told you about our program, Indianapolis is a wonderful place to stay. Before I moved here 22 years ago, I did not know where Indianapolis was, and I came here for the job. But both my children have grown here, and it's a great place to be. It's just right, not too big, not too small, not too left, not too right, just right. We believe in lots of diversity. Our university believes in that, so we welcome people with differing views and backgrounds. In fact, our program has residents from every background you can think of. So I'm going to stop. It's been 12 minutes now. I think I'm exceeding my time that the residents have allotted to me. All our residents are available online. They'll be chatting with you in breakout rooms. So who's going to have a PowerPoint presentation? I think it's Chris Ferrari is our resident. He's prepared a little PowerPoint for you guys. And after that, you'll be in breakout rooms to have some discussion with the residents in small groups and make the most of this, get as much information as possible. Our interview days are December 13th and 14th, 2 days, and you used to spend the night on the night of 13th, and you have dinner with us. So that's as far as the interview schedule is concerned. Dana White is our program coordinator. She's the best. She's wonderful, organized, and she'll be there. You'll see her and certainly hear from her. Anything else, Chris, that I must mention, or if you have any other points from the residents, from our residents?
Oh, wait, are we allowed to go?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay.
I think Chris will. Chris, are you here? Yeah.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, so get started with your presentation and then
Okay.
send them out on breakout rooms. You have that all arranged, I believe, and Dana
I
is
think Dana has it set up.
taking care of it. Dana?
Okay. Can you guys see it? Hey, Ash, can you see it? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
good. I can see
it's
it.
perfect. And
Oh, all right.
before I leave,
You
you
just-
have Dana will give you my telephone number, and feel free to contact me or any one of our faculty or any one of our residents at any point during your decision making. And good luck with your residency admission. Thanks and bye-bye. Chris, you're on.
All right. Hey guys. Thanks. Hey guys. I'm Chris Ferrari. I'm one of the fourth-year residents here at IU. I was the first class to do virtual interviews, so I understand how burdensome it can be to do a lot of stuff over Zoom. So I appreciate you guys being here. So I have a really brief PowerPoint because we're going to go into breakout rooms here in just a little bit, and you guys can ask a ton of questions because we have kind of different themes for those rooms that hopefully are very informative. So first of all, where are we? Indianapolis is kind of the center of the Midwest. You can see we're really close to Chicago, excuse me, Louisville, Nashville, and Columbus. So there's a lot of places you can drive to. Not that Indianapolis doesn't have stuff to do, which we're going to talk about, but also close to a lot of other major cities. Kind of a center of the Midwest, so there's a lot of different conferences and events that happen here because of that. It's easy to get to. These are kind of briefly the sites that we rotate at in Indianapolis. You can see most of them are downtown. Those are the names of the hospitals: Methodist, Eskenazi, VA, Riley, and University. And then IU North is about 25 to 30 minutes up north. And there's a pretty diverse experience up there too. So who are we? These are the current pictures of the residents. I don't really need to say anything on this page, I don't think. And there's our first and second years as well. So going back, in our third year is our first class of 5 residents, which I'm sure we'll talk about too in one of the presentations. So we are changing up some of our rotations and adding a lot more diversity to the rotations because of that, because we definitely have a lot of room and different staff who go uncovered that we can cover. So we're going to be starting to do that here in the near future. These are our chief residents. On the left are our true chiefs, and then our PGY4s also all on their rotations have a junior resident with them. So not that they're true fifth-year residents, but they do run the services. So these are kind of all of our residents right now who are our seniors. We started this new tradition that Dr. Sundaram hates, but we'll keep doing it, where we all pick him up for the picture at our graduation. So this is the most recent one at Dr. Cook's new house. Here's just a couple of pictures of us. We're going to go over some other PowerPoints that have more pictures. But here's one of our all-female teams in the OR up here on the top. All of us at the AUA in Chicago a couple years ago. Here's us with one of our visiting professors on the bottom left. And then we have a golf outing every year before the graduation. There's us with Dr. Lingeman, who's kind of a legend of stone surgery. And then Aaron Burney is one of our staff. And then Melissa, who's here, and Chase just graduated a couple years ago. Really briefly, we're a 5-year program now with 5 residents per year. Around 50% of chiefs pursue fellowship. That varies every year, but on average. And then we have all fields of urology covered, which I think is very important. And then 6 major hospitals, which we'll go over on one of the PowerPoints you're going to talk about. Ideally, we will be having 6 months of flex rotation, which we'll talk about with you as well. Right now, we only have 3, but as the resident cohorts fill in, we're going to end up having 6 months of that, very likely. And then Dr. Sunderman briefly mentioned a couple of our staff do go to Kenya and Guatemala relatively frequently, at least one every year trip that you can be a part of if you want to do that in your 3rd or 4th year. It all depends kind of when you have some time. And then just really briefly, I'll show pictures of the new hospital that's going to be completed hopefully in 2028. This is kind of the rendering of it, which is coming along. Here's the current picture, but you can see the towers that are being built. So it's coming along there. It's definitely making progress every month. Every time you look out the window at Methodist, you see more of the hospital being finished. So I'm sure when some of you all are here, you will be moving into the brand new hospital, and it'll probably be a very beautiful building. Here's my contact info. If anybody needs it, I'm sure that you can ask any of our residents tonight here for their contact, and they can provide it for you, but I don't mind answering any questions. Obviously, feel free to reach out to me. Dana, we're probably ready to move into the rooms whenever you are.
Okay. I'm gonna open those right now, and it'll pop up on your screen and you all join. If you're left with me, I'll make sure you get somewhere. Here we
Perfect.
go.
Stop and join.
Well, what's your